Today we're going to work on improving the brake light reliability and restoring them. These were done about 15 years ago, so they're actually in good shape. I'm going to do them again, and I'm going to improve the grounding. The stuff I'm using is, so you know, I've got a solder kit, rosin solder, core, some flux, little pliers just to help bend these a little bit. Some forceps I use for heat sinks. Just a little screwdriver to help bend the little brass tab inside there. Some cleaning Q-tips. My Dremel with straight, and then one on the end here. I am going to do the LED upgrade. So I have two LEDs from Litezupp. Some dielectric grease, some plastic restore from the car guys, electronic cleaner, and some denatured alcohol. And that's it. And you can do this in about 5 to 10 minutes. Step one, remove your bulb socket from your vehicle. It just is held in with spring clips. Just pull it out. You can remove the bulb. Set that to the side. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the dust cover, and then we're going to restore that real quick. Hopefully it's in good shape for you. You're going to take your denatured alcohol, and that's what you're going to use to clean it with. And that'll get all the residue and dirt off of it and re-expose the rubber. So it'll accept some restoration products. Really as simple as that. Let it dry, which it will do quickly. Once it's cleaned up, you're gonna take your favorite restoration product. I use this car guy stuff. And this stuff has to soak in. So what you can do is you're gonna spread it around all in it. It's okay if it's sloppy. You want to get the inside too. Let's get all over it. You're going to let this sit for a minimum 30 minutes before you wipe it clean. Next, take your can of electronic cleaner and take this outside and give it a good cleaning head to toe. Next, you want to start the wire brushing process. I'm going to use my big wheel for the outside. Get that nice and shiny. Go ahead and hit the outside of your contacts while you're here. You hit the bottom if you want, but it's not going to make a difference in the contacts. Just want to shine them up a little bit. Important that I didn't want to wire brush the plastic too hard, but it's important you get right in here clean, because that's where it's going to rest in the housing. It's where the important grounding contact comes into play. So that I'm going to use this small Dremel here. I'm just going to hit it like that all the way around. Make sure you got no corrosion. It should come out nice and clean and shiny like that. Next, I'm going to do the inside of the tabs. I find this also works well here. You can use sandpaper, but I never get a good contact with that. It's too hard. I prefer a wire brush whenever I can. That looks good. Let's go. Switch my Dremel to the straight one. And for that, we're going to hit the two contacts at the bottom. And we're going to hit gently the brass bar right here, and we're going to clean this connection right here in the middle. Good. And we're going to do the contact. And this joint right here. You can also clean up the inside a little bit if you want to. It's not as important. Looking pretty good now. Okay, this is your ground contact right here, the little brass bar. So what happens over time is you have two dissimilar metals here that are pressed together. You can remove this from the plastic by prying it out with like this, but I'm worried I'm going to break the plastic, so I'm not going to do that. But you do want to test to make sure you got some spring in here. You can use a small screwdriver and come in from the back side, and you can pry it up a little bit if you want, and just, you know, maybe it needs a little bit more spring in it. So get that adjusted however you like it, and make sure it's intact and working well for you. And then we're going to clean it again. So I got mine looking nice and centered, sprung up a little bit. Now we're going to clean it again with our cleaner, take it outside. So I've gently placed this in the vise. What we're going to do is we're going to improve this connection here. So this has already been wire brushed and cleaned. So we're going to solder it. We're going to solder the brass to the steel and just create a little bit better of a connection. And so I've got gently sitting in the vise, and then I've added 2 forceps to act as heat sinks, just because we got plastic here. And really is as simple as that. And then we're going to take our flux. We're going to stick it, you know, right in here, just to help get that solder to flow a little bit. See if I can get this on the first try. You're gonna let your gun heat up a little bit. Looks like I think it's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there now. We're gonna stick it in there. There. Really as simple as that. Let that cool down a second. You see how that's made a nice little connection right now. The bulb sits pretty good in front of it, so don't worry if it sticks up a little bit, but you can always grind it down a little bit. And that's going to make a big improvement. So when you hit a bump and stuff and your lights flicker and flash and your brake lights don't work, it's usually because of the corrosion in that connection right there. Got removed. Thing looks really good. You want to remove. Thing looks really good. Make sure you got some spring in here. It's working okay. Too much solder in this, you can make it a little bit too stiff. Simply take it outside and give it a good clean again. You want to get any leftover flux out of there. Next, take some of your dielectric grease. I like to put a little bit at the bottom.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh, shut up. And I'll put a little bit along the perimeter here. And then so I'll put a little bit on these tabs too. Don't forget to do the grounding tab too. Just right there. Take your dust cover. And again, you should wait about a half an hour. I'm doing this one a little early. And you're gonna clean that stuff off. Now it's all soft Malibu and shiny looking. And that can slide back on. Doesn't matter which way it goes on. That's that. And you're gonna grab your bulb. Only goes on one way. And that ain't it. There we go. Yeah, that's it. The only other thing you can do, which I already did, is you can take your pliers And you can straighten some of these out. You can bend them out a little bit. Make sure you have a tight fit in your socket of your taillight assembly. I've already done that. Mine are tight. And there we go. This is fully restored, all cleaned up. Should work great. And then I've got the issue with the grounding kind of fixed. All right. So we have this nice and snug in here now. And you'll see there's a tab right here and a big flat spot goes there. Looks like brass is on the bottom and silver is on the top. Nice and tight. Here's my cheat guide. So your parking lights, it's your red wire. Red goes to brass. So that's going to go on the bottom. Your brake lights is supposedly the greenish purple wire. That goes to silver. That's going to go to the top. You gotta get them in the right spot or the brightness is going to be off. So I've got the LED on the left and I got the regular bulb on the right. Go ahead and turn on the parking lights. There we go. That's working good. Here's the regular. Kind of hard during the daytime, but it's probably about 4 times brighter. Go ahead and turn the parking off. Let's test the brake. Test the brakes. Oh yeah, it's working good. Keep pumping them. There we go. Again, it's probably about 4 times brighter, so I'm really impressed with that. Yeah, it looks good. There we go. Now we got both sides installed. My new reverse LEDs are super bright too. That's a big improvement. Both sides work great.